In June of 2024, I will be making my 4th trip to Mt Kailash. In this video, I'll describe the trip for those who are considering going with Roger, the trip organizer, and me, Tom Riddle. Although it's possible to begin the trip from Chengdu in China, thus saving yourself 4 or 5 days of staying in Kathmandu, most people will want to arrive in Kathmandu on or before June 4 to begin the process of getting a visa for China and Tibet. Roger, our guide, lives a bit outside of Kathmandu near the Bodhanath Stupa, which the Tibetan people consider to be one of the holiest places outside of Tibet. I happen to like staying more in the center of Kathmandu, but you can stay wherever you like. We will fly from Kathmandu to Lhasa later that week, depending on what day a flight is available. Flying in like this versus driving is an easier way to get acclimated. Of course, that sounds counterintuitive. But the fact is, if you drive in, you will be sleeping at a higher altitude than if you had flown in, which makes for a much more comfortable first night in Tibet. Once we arrive in Lhasa, the capital of Tibet, we will spend, again, depending on what day we fly there, 3 or 4 nights, which will give us plenty of time to explore this ancient and fascinating city. Then we will begin the 6-day trip across Tibet to Mt Kailash. This means that we will be in Tibet at least 10 full days for acclimatization before we begin the walk around Mt Kailash, which will make a huge difference in our comfort level. The first 2 nights of the trip will be spent just a few hours' drive south of Lhasa, near the first monastery in Tibet, Samye. From there, we will drive to Gyantse, then to Sakya, Saga, and on about day 11, we will visit a monastery on Lake Manasarovar, which is within sight of Mt Kailash. Our walk around Mt Kailash, our Kora, will begin after that. The first day of the Kora will take us through some of the most magnificent scenery of the walk and will end in what is certainly the most spectacular view of the mountain, that of the north face, where we will spend 2 nights. The 3rd day of the walk around the mountain will begin with the walk up to the pass, where traditionally pilgrims rest, share food, and offer prayer flags to the mountain. From there, we will walk down past a tea house to a guest house located another 2 or so hours walk away. The 4th and final day of the Kora is an easy walk back to the village of Darchen, from where we will drive to the village of Paryang. For the rest of the trip, we will be driving from the high desert of Tibet into the lush green valleys of Nepal. I note that as we leave Tibet, we will be traveling on a road which is something of an engineering marvel. Arriving back in Kathmandu, you will have some understanding as to why the Tibetan people have always considered going to Mt Kailash to be so special. I hope you can come. Please see the description for some helpful links. Thank you.